We're here with the OG Bezos archetype, the what seems to be generally agreed upon to be the least cringe Bezos archetype. You know, you're not cashier out here macro cosmosing people and getting rid of their extra deck. You're not here just milling 50 cards from your deck turn one. You're just summoning dudes, and you're turning them into bigger dudes. And yeah, that's pretty much how the deck started as. And with the new support, as in the only new support this deck got was Scareclaw Cashier, which is again nice, classic, just like Tier. It makes Fenrir good now because Fenrir searches a combo piece, and it makes Raidsoft give you another starter. Other than that, yeah, this is just a very aggro deck, very straightforward game plan, very good for beginners. It's just the little expensive on the expensive side with the URs, but it's fine. This deck was a viable deck in TCG when Cash was around. So yeah, let's get on to it. Let's begin, since I feel like a lot of people are not going to be familiar with all of these cards. The idea is they're Scareclaw Monsters. They all have effects where you can special summon them to an adjacent zone, which is like any zone, like left, right, or if it's an extra monster, you can summon it below their EMZ. And the level 3 ones, they give your Scareclaw Tryhard, which is your main boss monster, additional effects. So Tryhard is it's like the Kaleido Heart or the Arise Heart of the archetype. This time it's the Link monster, and it's like a lot of people call this a bad Baguska because essentially it just turns every monster that can be turned to defense into defense, and then it's unaffected by any defense position monsters. So, you know, X Curly Noir, sorry, see you next time. And then it also lets you special summon Scareclaw from your grave, and then it lets you search another Scareclaw. So you could search whichever Scareclaw you want to give the appropriate stats. Astra, when it gives your Tryhard in the extra monster zone, it gives its ability to attack a number of times up to the number of defense position monsters, or number of defense position Scareclaws with different names. So there's up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could give Tryhard up to 5 attacks if you control all the Scarehearts, all the Scareclaws. Generally, all you need is like 2, maybe 3 attacks to just OTK your opponent, since Balone is the one that gives you your Tryhard piercing damage. So you can imagine all your opponent's monsters are in defense, they can't do like anything to Tryhard, and then Tryhard just pierces over them. And Acro gives your Tryhard 300 attack for each defense position monster you control, which this deck runs all the good engines that puts monsters in defense. So you get up to 1500 extra attack on your Tryhard, so like a 4500 attack big dude that pierces and attacks up to 5 times and isn't affected by most monsters. You know, pretty nice. To that, we have Rykard as well. It's a level 4. This is the one where you don't need to max copies of this one, and thankfully, because it's a UR. Basically, when this is summoned, normal or special summoned, you add a Tryhard spell trap, which we have 2 targets here: a rival, and this is just a monster reborn that has a branded opening effect to protect your monsters from destruction in the grave. And it can also search Twin Saw, which is what you're going to be searching turn 1 if you're going first. Twin Saw is absolutely insane. This is an Icarus attack for Scareclaw Monsters. And it has an additional effect in grave. You can choose this on the same turn that you use the Icarus attack effect. If you control Link 3 or higher monster, which you're going to have Scareclaw Tryhard ideally all the time, you banish this from the graveyard, and then neither player can activate the effects of Link monster on the field for the rest of the turn. So you have a monster that's unaffected by basically anything that's not a Link monster, and then you have this, which just skill does VFDs all link monsters for the rest of the turn. So that's insane. This is the new trap card that came out in the pack. Absolutely the best disruption this deck has. And for Tryhard, it has an additional effect where we're only running 2 of this because you don't want to start your combo with this one. You would rather, we're maxing out on the level 3 Scareclaws because you want to draw these and start your plays with these, and then search Reinhardt later, special summon. So it has an additional effect where if you have 3 or more defense position monsters in the field, you can draw a card. So you don't want to like start with this as a normal summon because then you control no defense position monsters and you don't get any bonus out of that. But like if you have start with these first and then you have say anything like say a Fenrir, or you got to a Tryhard and you have another Scareclaw, then you can special Reinhardt, and then you can, on top of the search, you also get a draw out of it. Additionally, Reinhardt is the only Scareclaw monster that has a normal summon effect, and you can see we are running the Adventure Engine. So Scareclaw is the only one that can potentially conflict with the Adventure Engine if you have to start with normal summoning it. Which is why I'm only running 2 copies, to 1 to search for turn 1 and then 1 as the follow-up. Next we have
Visa Starfrost.
This is, you can target a monster you control with a different type and attribute, destroy that, and then special summon this card, which is every single monster in the deck, but mainly you're going to be popping Lightheart, Scareclaw Lightheart, since this is your main link 1, the first link summon you're going to go to, and oftentimes you go Scareclaw into Lightheart, which searches your primitive planet Reichphobia, the first Vsauce field spell, and this will search any Scareclaw or
Visa Starfrost.
And then you pop the Lightheart, special
Visa Starfrost.
And then because Scareclaw Lightheart, you control a
Visa Starfrost.
You can special summon Lightheart back, so you control both Lightheart and Vsauce, and then you relink Lightheart, because this is not a once per turn in any respect. You link the Lightheart that's now in your main monster zone, you link it to your extra monster zone, then you search another Reichphobia for follow-up on next turn. So yeah, and this can also help make Baron with Reinhardt, because this is a level 6 tuner and this is a level 4 non-tuner. Of course, because we want to get defense position monsters to trigger the draw off Reinhardt, probably the best defense position monsters is the Adventure package, where you put a token and then you put Griffin Rider on the field. So that's automatically 2 defense position monsters, and that already triggers, basically can already trigger your Reinhardt if you have access to any other Scareclaw for the draw 1. And I'll show you now that we have access to Scareclaw Kashtira. There's a way and there's a combo you can do to just search Water Enchantress straight up to get access to right, so that if you open basically Fender or Raidsoft plus any Scareclaw, you have the Tryhard, and then you also have the Adventure Engine access. And obviously Fender, again, great defense position monster, just free, and searches Scareclaw Kashtira and Kashtira. This is a nice extender for a deck. This is also allows you to do a 1-card OTK with just any single Scareclaw monster, because Kashtira Scareclaw, it can summon in defense, so even though Tryhard puts all your monsters in defense, it just puts, this can still attack in defense, so that's an extra 2600 attack you can search for free, and it also negates stuff on attack declaration like Expertly Noir. The one flourish, it's the kind of text slot that just searches Water Enchantress, it's like your 4th copy of Right. Scareclaw Arrival and the Twin Saw are your 2 search targets. This is when you're going second or as follow-up, and this is your, like I said, your main search target going first. And this is experimental, the Book of Moons, because again, defense position monsters. Fun fact: it counts your opponent's monsters. Reinhardt counts your opponent's monsters too. So if they control the 5th edition monsters, which you can force them with book, then you can just draw off that too. And I might even go all the way and either switch Book of Moon for Book of Eclipse, since that's more impactful going second, even though Book of Moon is slightly better going first. Or just run 6 books, because that has great synergy with Reichard as well, and maybe cut the imperms. Again, these are just a Rise Heart outs, and then obviously we're running the Max C tax, because unfortunately this is a deck that special summons. So yeah, we gotta run that. The extra deck, you need at least 2 Scareclaw Tryhard and 2 Scareclaw Lightheart. You can run 3 Tryhard, honestly. It might even be correct. It's just an extra UR, and the extra deck's not very tight at all, as you can tell by some of the choices I'm running. But you need at least 2 Tryhard and 2 Lightheart. Do 2 Lightheart, you go into your turn 1 combo very often, which I will show you the combos of this deck later. And then Tryhard, the neat thing about this is this Reborn effect is not a once per turn at all. So oftentimes if you're missing the proper Scareclaw like Balone, like Acro, Astra, you need access to Astra or you need access to Balone but you don't have it, you can just make Tryhard special the wrong Scareclaw name, add the proper Scareclaw name, and then special that, and then make another Tryhard. And then Tryhard can revive another one, can revive the proper one, then you get another search, and then you can just always have the correct you always have access to the correct Scareclaw names. As long as you have access to Tryhard, you can just keep us switching it and shuffling between Tryhards like that. Then the rest is honestly a lot of flex slots. These are all level 3s, so you can run Fortune Tune, which is just helps to make Zeus with Downer, and then unfortunately, we only have 1 Zeus. I would run 2 if we allowed it. Alas, Baron is just for the
Visa Starfrost.
And Reichard occasional plays. Link Spider is to link off with Nibiru was 1, but a lot of times if you don't have access to your starters, you can turn a right token into a Link Spider, and then you can turn that into Tryhard, because Tryhard needs effect monsters. Dracosac and Cherubina is part of the combo. I will show off the combo later. This is what you do to search your Water Enchantress for Riot of Aramasir if you open Fenrir. Then some fillers like Cerberus, Phoenix, just to clear stuff since we have the room. And then Alsa is nice because Alsa can take opponents' Fenrirs and then use them for yourself, search your own Scareclaw, go to town that way. And Goddess is a way to just threaten early. They're probably not going to let you get this far anyways, but if they do, you white women them. And yeah, I'll show you some combos of this deck right now. So first, this is what you do if all you have is just 1 Scareclaw name in your hand. And you would normal summon the Scareclaw name, link off into Lightheart, then Lightheart will search your Reichphobia, activate Reichphobia, and you have to add Reichard now, because you don't have any other extenders. If you did, this would change. But you need this, and then special Reichard. Use Reichard's effect to search for a rival, and then a rival revive your original Scareclaw monster, and link off into Tryhard. And Tryhard will revive your original Scareclaw monster, and then you can search another Scareclaw monster. You can add either as follow-up, or you can special summon to the field to buff up your Tryhard a little more. It's up to you. And yeah, this is what the 1-card combo is. It still gets you to tryhard with a rival engraved for protection against destruction, battle, or card effect. So big link monsters also can't just run over tryhard. And then you get 1 to 2 Scareclaws on the field. You can hold the Scareclaw in your hand just for follow up on the next turn. Since if you're doing this 1-card combo, it means the rest of your hand is non-engine, right? Like here, Maxi, Ash Blossom, Imperm. So you're probably fine anyways. So if you open 2 Scareclaw monsters instead of just 1, your combo gets significantly better. So here's what you do with any 2 Scareclaw monsters. You normal summon 1, link off into Lightheart, and then Lightheart will add you your Reichphobia. Activate Reichphobia, and you're going to add
Visa Starfrost
to your hand. And this is cool is you can pop your Lightheart, special summon Visas, use Lightheart's effect from the grave because you control Visas, special, and you can link this Lightheart that's now in the main monster zone, you can link it off into a second Lightheart. Because once per turn, what are those? And this lets you add another Reichphobia. You can't activate it, but it's just guaranteed follow up on the next turn. Next, special summon your second Scareclaw name to give you 3 monsters on the field. Link them into Tryhard. Obviously, I have Reichhard in hand, so you would summon Reichhard right now if you hard drew it. But I'm going to show you if you didn't have this in hand and it was just a 2-card combo. And then Tryhard was going to revive either Scareclaw name. And here you will add Scareclaw Reichhard. And special Reichhard. And this will get you your Twin Saw. So already with 2 Scareclaw names instead of 1 Scareclaw name, you have an extra card in your hand, the Primitive Planet Reichphobia, as follow-up for next turn, and you have Twin Saw in your hand as a disruption, which is amazing. As I said, amazing this disruption, just VFD for all Link monsters. So here's a Wombo combo with the deck you can do now thanks to the new pack and Scareclaw Kashtira. You need just Kashtira, access to Kashtira, Fenrir, plus any Scareclaw name. So obviously you begin by specialing Fenrir, and you're going to add Scareclaw Kashtira to your hand. Normal your Scareclaw name. Link off into Lightheart. And add Reichphobia. Next, activate Reichphobia. And you're gonna add to your hand, of course,
Visa Starfrost.
And you're gonna do the old pop the Lightheart. And then resummon it. And this is very important because you need an extra Lightheart engrave to banish off Scareclaw Cache. Then go into your second Lightheart and add your second planet. Next, you're gonna special Scareclaw Kashtira by banishing the Lightheart engrave. And that's another reason why you go for this line, so you have something to banish that's not your original Scareclaw name. You'll need that engraved for later. And here, you're going to overlay Scareclaw Cache and Fenrir into Draco Sack. Detach Draco Sack effect. get 2 tokens. Next, you're gonna make Scareclaw Tryhard with Scareclaw Lightheart
Visa Starfrost.
and Dracosack. And link off the 2 tokens into Cherubini. And Cherubini effect, cost, dump Water Enchanters. This will get you your Brave Engine. So you're gonna remove Water Enchantress, add Rite of Aramasir, activate Rite, and get your token. Place the Faithful Venture. Now, this is kind of awkward, so you don't have an extra card to discard to normal summon, because you can't use Tryhard's effect to summon, because then you'd be locked into only summoning Scareclaw, so you actually have to discard 1 extra card in your hand. So you can discard like any extra Scareclaw names or what have you that aren't disruption, or you can just discard this Printed Planet Reichphopia that you search for free, since you can't use it this turn anyways. You're gonna use Faithful Adventure to add Griffin Rider, and then pitch a miscellaneous card in your hand, the worst card in your hand, then special Griffin Rider. And yeah, now you can add the Draco back to your hand, or accidentally misclick and equip it. It's fine, won't matter in the long run. Activate Tryhard's effect, revive your original Scareclaw lane that you normal summoned way long ago, and add Reichart. And special Reichart. Now, because you control 4 defense mission monsters, you're gonna search Twin Saw, and you get to draw a card. Nice. So, see this board? It looks kind of weird, and I know it's gonna look weird that you did all this effort just to get your adventure engine online for an Omni-Negate, but it's honestly, it's fine, because an Omni-Negate plus Twin Saw already is insane. Twin Saw has Icarus attack, double disruption plus floodgates all link monster your opponent controls. And see, if you see this board right, you know you start with 5 cards in hand at the start of your turn. So we still have 5 cards in hand, and we got 9 cards for free, essentially. And what kind of crackhead deck is going to OTK through a board like this, right? None. And you have so much follow-up on the next turn that you're going to kill them on the next turn. They can't. The funny thing is, this is also kaiju proof. They cannot kaiju, like funny enough, this setup is kaiju proof. They cannot kaiju your Tryhard, because there's no main monster zone to put the kaiju in if they want to kaiju the Tryhard. So the best they can do is they have to kaiju the Griffin Rider, because that's the only way they'll get a free monster zone. So by clogging up our main monster zones, we're protecting ourselves from kaijus. So like Lava Golem still works, but you need Sphere Mode basically to have a realistic chance of killing through this board, because even if you just Lava Golem 2 of my Scareclaw monsters, Scareclaw Twin Saw is still alive, and obviously if you Lava Golem my Scareclaw monsters, then Griffin Rider is still here too. So it's just a lot of the setups you see with this deck, it's just putting up hard to kill bodies with annoying disruption like Twin Saw, and then surviving to the next turn, and then the next turn your opponent's dead. And Printed Planet Reichphopia has this bonus effect where it says if 3 or more defense mission monsters are on the field, you can just pop a card, and you know we have plenty of that, and it also counts your opponent's monsters, and Scareclaw Tryhard turns your opponent's monsters to defense. So yeah. Well, I mentioned earlier how it's really easy to OTK with this deck if you have access to just a lot of Scareclaw names, since all your level 3 Scareclaws give your Tryhard extra damage boosting effects. But you can now, with the new pack, you can OTK with just a single Scareclaw monster on an empty board. And it's going to show you a lot of key interactions to know about the deck. So to begin with Scareclaw Acro, or just your any random Scareclaw name, you're going to link off into Lightheart, and Lightheart's going to add you Reichphobia. This is all similar. Activate Reichphobia, and you're going to add your Reichheart, the 1-card combo, special Reichheart, add Arrival, and Arrival revive your original Scareclaw. So this is all should look familiar. Then you go into Tryheart, and here's where things will start deviating. So in order to OTK with Tryheart, Tryheart needs to be able to attack twice. In order to do that, you need the Scareclaw monster that's allows it to, that gives it the effect to attack twice, which is Astra. So if you don't start with Astra, what you do is use Tryheart's effect, special back your original Scareclaw, then search Astra. Then you're going to special Astra. And you're going to link all 3 of these off into a Tryheart number 2. This is very important to know that that you're able to do this with the deck. And then use Tryheart again. This is not a once per turn at all. Revive the Astra. Then Astra, and then Scareclaw Tryheart will now add you Scareclaw Cashier. And you can special summon the Scareclaw Cashier by banishing any Scareclaw card from your grave. So let's banish the Reichheart. And now you have a double attacking Tryheart with thanks to Astra, even though you didn't start with this, and you have a Scareclaw Cash attacking for 26. So that's 3k, 3k, 26, which is over 8k. And the Scareclaw Shuffle I showed you, where you relink Tryheart to add another Scareclaw name, whichever one you're missing, that's very important to do. That's how you get access to any Scareclaw name you want, regardless of if you open it or not, just by using another copy of Tryheart. So I've also made an in-depth deck profile on tier post this new selection pack, and like I said in that, I'm a little gem poor. I don't have all the gems yet to make full power Cashier, so I'm going to be grinding ladder and earning gems with Scareclaw and tier. So let me know which one of those decks would you like to see gameplay and replays of, or both rather. I'm more than open to the idea of doing both as I get my gems. Maybe even grind the Duelist Cup to max level with them.